Today, I want to share a journey that completely changed my life, how I went from hating discipline to actually loving it. For a long time, I thought discipline was all about rules, restrictions, and forcing myself to do things I didn't want to do. But I was wrong. And in this video, I want to show you why discipline isn't your enemy. It is actually your best friend. And most importantly, how you can learn to love it. A few years ago, I lived without much structure. I worked hard but constantly procrastinated. I was stressed, always chasing deadlines, and I often broke promises I made to myself. One day, I realized the problem wasn't that I lacked motivation. The problem was that I lacked discipline. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is what allows you to act even when you don't feel like it. Once I started to understand that, and once I started training discipline like a muscle, my life changed. I became calmer, more focused, and I noticed something unexpected. Discipline gave me more freedom, not less. This isn't just my personal experience. Research shows the same thing. For example, psychologist Roy Baumeister, who has studied willpower for decades, describes self-control like a muscle. It can get tired if we overuse it, but it can also be trained and strengthened over time. Studies from places like Stanford University also show that people with higher self-discipline report greater life satisfaction, better health, and more success, not because they always work harder, but because they make smarter choices more consistently. So it's not talent or motivation that makes the biggest difference. It has discipline. But how do you actually learn to love discipline instead of just seeing it as something painful? Here are some strategies that really helped me connect discipline to your identity. Don't ask, how can I force myself to do this? Instead, ask, who do I want to be? If you see yourself as a disciplined person, your actions become proof of your identity. James Clear writes about this in his book Atomic Habits. Small steps, not big leaps. You don't need to be perfect overnight. Research on habits shows that small, consistent changes are far more sustainable than drastic ones. Start with something tiny, like making your bed every morning. Reward the process, not just the results. Learn to appreciate the feeling of showing up, even if you don't see results immediately. When I started celebrating small wins like writing for just 20 minutes, sticking to my routines became much more enjoyable. Design systems that make discipline easier. Discipline isn't just about willpower, it's about your environment. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. Turn off notifications on your phone. Make it hard to fail, easy to succeed. See discipline as freedom when you train your discipline. You free yourself from randomness and short-term impulses. You take control of your life instead of being controlled by it. And that's where the love for discipline really begins. So, for me, discipline stopped being a prison and became a key to freedom. When I started to love discipline, I also started to love the process of growing, learning, and improving. My advice to you, start small. Pick one single area of your life where you want to practice discipline and see what happens if you stick to it for a few weeks. You might notice, just like I did, that discipline feels less like punishment and more like a form of self-respect. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more tips on personal growth. And let me know in the comments, what area of your life do you want to be more disciplined in? Thanks for watching, and remember, discipline isn't your enemy, it's your best friend.